His MVP. Golf swung, right field. Forget about it. Rangers strike first. Goes after the first one. Drills a high fly ball. Left center field. This game is tied. From Javier. Seager hits a high fly ball. Deep right field. A bomb into first. One swing. Drive. It's tied. Seager smashes the ball down the line. Goodbye. Now Seager to right center field. Way back there. Good again. Corey Seager does it again. It's Texas Rangers win the World Series. The Willie Mays Most Valuable Player Trophy presented by Chevrolet. Is there any doubt? Corey Seager.
Hi, and welcome to another edition of Right on Rangers Live, coming at you in the top of the 8th inning. Rangers, good guys, leading 8-3. deGrom Day, I think it went pretty well. Jacob deGrom's return to Queens, a good one. He throws a quality start, goes 7 innings. And the Mets are just kind of kicking the ball all over the yard right now. Josh Smith hits a little swing and bunt, and pitcher's going to throw it away here. We got runners on first and third, 1 out. Sorry, my bad, literal bunt. Little interesting move. I looked away just for a second, just mainly because I couldn't really fathom them bunting up 5, but okay. Little bit of a weird move. You're up 8-3 and you're bunting. I mean, look, probably would not have been my first choice at this point, but you know what? It is what it is. I don't know. At this point, it's all good. Rangers winning this one 8-3. You love to see it. You love to see it. Astros are winning, unfortunately, but at this point, you just can only worry about what's in front of you, y'all. And right now, the Rangers up by 5 in New York City. Beautiful. Wyatt going to get intentionally walked? Is that what's going on here? Oh, no. Dude, I'm all over the place. I must be lagging a little bit. I'm watching the game day. He just gets hit here. Jeez. Hey, Caden, what's good, man? Thanks for hanging out. Good to see you, man. Thanks for supporting the show. Hope you have a good weekend, buddy. Hang out for a little bit. We're just talking baseball. Was that, does anybody think that was intentional? I mean, I don't know. What would have been the play there? I saw a couple of people who were saying maybe intentional. What's the play there? Why would you hit him intentionally there? I mean, I don't know. We're hanging out watching the Rangers game, by the way, if you're just tuning in. It's 8-3 Rangers, top of the 8th. Rangers have the bases loaded. Looking to get some double digits here in this one. Rowdy Tellez in for Dylan Moore, who had a very nice pinch hit 2-run homer earlier. The Seattle guys just keep on giving. They just keep giving. Rowdy Tellez fouls it off here. We're going to give you some live play-by-play color commentary the rest of the night. If we miss a comment, it is because we are just all over with the different screens. We got the game rolling. We got TikTok on the phone. We got YouTube X on the computer. There's a lot going on right now. If I missed your comment, we'll definitely make sure post-game we get to it. If you hang out a little bit longer, I'll try and check some comments here and there throughout the game. But post-game, we'll definitely make sure we get to everything of substance. deGrom, obviously not his greatest day. He went 7 strong innings. I think you love to see that from him. 7 strong, quality start, only 3 earned runs. That 3rd inning got a little bit rocky. He only had 2 strikeouts. Very un-deGrom-like, but you know what? Hard to complain with the quality start on the road against your former team. Rangers are going to hold the runner here on a wild pitch. Garrett just does not look like he's got a great feel for the baseball right now. This does not look like he's got a great feel. I don't think there's anything intentional going on. I just think he's having a hard time controlling the pitches at this moment. Hey, appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. That's so kind of you. So generous of you. Thank you. Appreciate all you guys. Parker, my guy, thanks for hanging out, man, if you're still hanging. Caden, thank you again, man. Very generous of you. Appreciate you. We keep rolling. In the feelings after the bunt. Brian, I think you might be right. The Mets, maybe they don't like the bunt here, 8-3. You know what? I got to be honest with you. I'm not going to dwell on it too much, but I don't love bunting up 5 runs. I don't really get that either. So I'm not saying you got to hit somebody over it, but I don't really love bunting up 5 runs. I think it's a little bit bush league, if I do say so myself. I mean, look, I'm a little old school. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I don't know if that was a Josh Schmidt thing. I really doubt Bruce Bochy and Tony Beasley are telling Josh Schmidt to bunt right then and there. It might have been related. Crew, what's good, man? Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you, buddy. Thanks for hanging. We're just talking some baseball right now. Texas Rangers versus the New York Mets. Good to see you, man. Thanks for the like as well. Appreciate you supporting. Yeah, look, I got to be real, y'all. You know I try and stay balanced. I'm not a big fan. Not a big fan of the bunt up 5 runs. I feel like that's got to be a Josh Schmidt thing, and you wonder if that is the reason why Wyatt gets plunked. Does Wyatt get plunked because of the bunt? Up 5 runs, bunting's a little bush league. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm a little old school, though. I know some of y'all are probably going to say, you know, whatever, you got to stop it. You got to play defense. I'm not a big fan of the bunting up 5 runs. I think that was a total Josh Schmidt thing. You know what? It doesn't really surprise me because, I mean, Josh, I know he hasn't had a terrible stretch of games, but the reality is he's not hitting super great right now. You wonder if he throws down the bunt just to kind of get himself going. But I just don't think up 5 is the best time to do it, man. I really don't. Houston is winning. Hey, Luis with the Galaxy, bro. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. The Galaxy. Let's go. Y'all have been bringing some fire gifts of late. You got to know how much I appreciate it. We don't take anything for granted here on the show. Thank you so much. Look, the watch time in and of itself is incredible. Those of y'all that take it to the next level, give a gift, drop some comments, drop some likes along the way. It means so much. Thank you. 6-0 in the first inning. Little rascals. Look, the 6 runs in the first inning was crazy. I couldn't believe it. I had football practice. Those of y'all that have been watching for a while, you guys know I coach, do a number of different things. But we were at football, and I got the notifications a couple of times. 2 runs scored, 2 runs score, 2 more runs. I'm like, what is happening? It's the first inning. It's the first inning. Fun, man. Anytime you can drop a 6 spot right away, you know that had to take a little bit of the nerves off of deGrom. I bet he did have some good nerves before the game. You know that had to help a little bit, getting those 6 quick. I do believe deGrom's done, though. I think deGrom is done for the night. I don't see him coming. Yeah, it's a Robert Garcia. All right. It's Robert Garcia here. 6 runs with 2 outs was crazy, Cole. I'm with you. B. Daddy, yes. Guys, I got to be real with y'all. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but I just do not see any way. I don't see any way that they do not let Simeon, Seager, all these guys back in the lineup. I don't mean to burst anybody's bubble. I think it's about a 0 chance that if Simeon is healthy, they keep him out of the lineup in favor of some of these other guys. Now, here's the thing I think is possible. If you don't like what I just said out loud, here is maybe something that they do as an alternative. I think it is possible, very possible, that they hold Simeon out. They hold some of these guys back. They take the foot off of the gas a little bit when it comes to getting these guys back into game shape. I think that's a possibility. Maybe they decide to slow it down and let this play out a little bit more. I think you could see that. Now, with Marcus Simeon, as competitive as he is, I don't know that is going to work out great. I think Simeon is going to push the issue quite a bit and get back in. So I will say, I am a little bit curious what's going to happen here you do wonder, is a guy like Josh Smith odd man out? But we know Bochy is loyal to the vets. It is going to be tough. I will say that. It's going to be hard. I think that there's a very good argument to leave all these young guys in. Freeman and Hellman, you already know. I want those guys playing every day. I don't think there's any reason you do anything different. You look at the win-loss record when those guys are in the lineup, it's phenomenal. I do just think if Simeon's healthy, I really doubt they keep him out, y'all. Again, does that mean Josh Smith gets the heave-ho? I think that's a possibility. We'll see. We'll see. And look, y'all know, going to the other part of that comment, y'all know I'm not the biggest fan of the Little Rascal moniker. I mean, I'll go with it, I guess. Begrudgingly, I'm not a big fan of the Little Rascals nickname. I mean, look, we don't need to get into it. I'm not trying to bring the vibes down. It's not my favorite. It's not very original. And look, Michael Hellman is a kind of an older 20-something at this point. I don't really think he's like fitting into the Little Rascal name very well myself, but I'm not trying to be a hater. I just think they could have done better. I'm a big fan of being original. Little Rascal is just not very original to me. So look, it's not rolling off my tongue very well, but I will say this. I love what I'm seeing. I don't think there's anything that you can do to deny that. You love what you're seeing right now from these young kids. It's great. It is great. Keep going here. Sieg stays no matter what. Of course. There's no way that Corey Seager is not going to return to the lineup. I think Simeon and Seager are locks. Is a guy like Adolis Garcia perhaps somebody that you think about platooning or benching? Yes. I think it's probably going to be Smith and Garcia over Simeon and Seager. I just don't see it happening. Look, do you know if they ever considered disallowing deGrom to pitch one inning after scorching the... I don't think that was ever a decision. They don't do too much weird stuff with deGrom. I think they try and keep things pretty ordinary with him. I don't think they were ever trying to do anything cute with deGrom and his pitching. I think they were going to see how far he could go tonight. And look, you get 7 innings, 3 earned runs. It's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. We keep things going. Hey, Elliot, thanks for hanging out, man. Appreciate you. Thanks so much, buddy. Thanks for the support. Robert Garcia's been good. Robert Garcia, I mean, look, we're not going to jinx him. We'll knock on wood like a million times. But like, Robert Garcia's actually been pretty solid over the last 7 games. How are you not Cal Raleigh? Brendan, Cal Raleigh, he's doing the stash now. Like, I don't know. Am I going to start getting less and less Cal Raleigh comps now that bro's rocking the stash? And absolutely not. I am not doing the stash. I am not rocking a stash, y'all. No. I know it's like kind of a thing right now. You are never going to see me rock the stash unless it is like Halloween or some total joke, or if I lose a bet. I don't know. You're not going to see me rocking the stash. But Cal Raleigh, going for the mustache. Trying to mix it up a little bit, maybe? I have no clue what inspired the mustache from Cal Raleigh. No clue. What do I think of Houston changing the rotation to have Brown and Valdez face Mariners instead of Rangers? Think it's really interesting. Email, appreciate the rose. Thank you. Thank you for that rose. Hey, Brendan, I'm with you. I'm totally with you. Look, I don't take the Cal Raleigh comps as anything but a compliment. As I always like to say, keep comparing me to millionaires and MVP candidates. I'll take that any day of the week. I could do a lot worse than a Cal Raleigh comp. A lot worse. Appreciate you guys. Email sounds good. Brendan, right? Right? Keep comparing me to millionaires and MVPs, baby. I'll take that every day of the week. These Rangers are dangerous, 100%. Look, Houston, going back to Swolger, going back to your comment, I think it's interesting. Look, I don't know that the Rangers are too worried about Hunter Brown or Valdez. Yes, they're both good pitchers, but the Rangers have been able to hit both those guys in the past. Maybe the Mariners fare better against them? I don't know. Yeah, I got to say, my worry level with Garcia Antonio is about a 0 right now, up 5 runs. He's been pitching well. I'm plenty okay with him. Plenty okay with him doing that. Soldier, you might be right. We'll see. Maybe Valdez and Brown have better numbers against Seattle. I don't know why you would want to punt that series, though, as Juan Soto flies one into center field. Hellman makes a nice little sliding catch. And Robert Garcia's scoreless inning streak continues. Good for him. Yes, Dan, Corbin pitching tomorrow. Brown definitely has had some ups and downs. You've seen Brown dominate. You've seen Hunter Brown get taken deep by us. It's definitely, I think, a little bit more of late really good outings from Hunter Brown against the Rangers, but we have touched him up a little bit here and there. I don't think the Rangers are too worried about anybody at this point. Can we just say that out loud? I don't think Texas is super fearful of any team right now with how well they're playing. Okay? Look, we need those guys to beat up on each other, Soldier. We need the Mariners and the Astros beating up on each other as much as possible. Hey, thanks for the comment. Appreciate you. Agree. Go Rangers. Go Rangers. Malley's starting tonight. I'm pretty sure Tyler Malley is starting right now. So we'll see how Tyler Malley's doing. Absolutely. Personal thoughts on the season for the Cowboys this year. I think Cowboys probably are going to be right around 500. I don't want to get too negative or anything or too positive. I think Cowboys are going to be right around 500 this year. I think 9-8. I think 10-7 would be beautiful. 10-7 is going to be tough. I think 9-8 is probably going to end up being the number. If you had to make me nail it down right now, I think something like 9-8. 10-7 would be impressive. I do think 9-8 is probably where they land, but I will be glad to be wrong. Trust me. I would love to see double-digit wins. I'm just a little bit skeptical right now. We'll see what happens. Is it better for Houston to win the series with Seattle? That's a good question. I'd really have to think about this. It's hard on the fly, but I'll say this. I think that the game against Seattle, the series against Seattle, is obviously very, very meaningful to the Astros as well. I don't know if there's a really, really big angle here. Maybe I'll think about it more over the course of the show and I'll be able to come up with something better, but we definitely have those 3 games left. How many games do they have left with Seattle? Do they have like 6 games left against Seattle? I don't know. Chris, yeah, right. We're not a true Cowboys fan because we don't think they're going to the Super Bowl. That's how this goes, right? You're not a true Cowboys fan if you don't think they're winning the Super Bowl every year. Is that right? Oh man, look, you can't win. You try and give honest takes, and you just get a hard time anyways. 3 games left against Seattle and against the Rangers. So yeah, I don't really know what the angle is, to be honest with you. Josh Young going to double here in the top of the 9th inning. Hey, appreciate all the gifts, man. Thank you so much. We got the heart. What else we got? The Cooper baseball was fire, bro. Thank you. The Cooper baseball, I love that. That's the first time I ever got that one. You helping me get that gift trophy case looking good, man. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you guys. The generosity is insane. Dylan, New Era. Go get this hat. Download the New Era app on your phone. I used to do Fanatics. I pretty much do New Era app exclusively for my hats. They've got so many options. It's beautiful. I love it. I just got a few new hats. I got a couple that I'm looking forward to showing off in the coming days, but got a Cowboys hat that I love. I got another kind of different Rangers hat. Y'all will see me wear that. I got to keep this hat going on the winning streak. I've already said I'm not doing any different hat until we get off of this winning streak, which I hope is like never. Texas Sports Gig, appreciate that. Go Rangers, baby. Dallas Sports Central, go Rangers. Oh my goodness, Josh Young, what are you doing? I'm glad we're up 8-3 right now. Josh Young, what are you doing? What are you doing? That's ridiculous, man. What is he doing? So far off the base for no reason. Dude, there's no reason for you to be doing that. We're up 8-3. Oh, my gosh. All right. I'm not going to get too mad. We're up by 5 runs. If this was a close game, I'd be going off a lot more. Are we challenging? Was he possibly safe? I don't think they said, apparently sources inside the organization said that you are probably not going to see the Cowboys sign Clowney. That's the last I heard on that. I mean, it's interesting. You would think that they would be interested in some edge rush upgrades with Parsons obviously getting traded, but I think sources inside the organization kind of revealed that the Clowney thing is most likely not going to happen. Do I think we take the West? I think we've got a good shot. If we can win 2 out of 3 or sweep the Houston series, it's going to be a pretty good shot. Appreciate all the comments, man. How about the name the Three Stooges? See, here's my thing. Like, I like originality, man. I like originality. We don't need to borrow nicknames, Little Rascals, Stooges. We got to think of something original here. You know what? And sometimes it doesn't hit, and that's okay. Like for me, I mean, look, I genuinely, maybe I didn't make it up, but for Patrick Corbin, I call him Patrick Carvin, baby. Patrick Carvin. Some people didn't get it. I don't know how, but you know what? At least it's something original. Maybe it's not going to hit for everybody, but it's original. I do not like recycling the nicknames. It's just not my favorite thing to do. That's all. That's my only complaint. And Little Rascals, like I said, just doesn't feel right for me. I don't know. I'm not trying to be negative. I don't want to bring the vibes down. It's just not my cup of tea. That's all. Who's pitching 9th inning? Are they going to do RG? Patrick Corbin, I thought was fire. If I do say so myself. I mean, look, Patrick Corbin, I thought was absolute fire. I'm always down for a good pun. Always. Patrick Corbin, baby. Let's see him carve it up tomorrow. Shoot. Patrick Corbin returns tomorrow to the bump. Gotta love it. Hopefully he can pitch as well as he did the other night on the road. Garcia for the 9th, I think might happen. I think it might happen. I really do. I think we might see him go 2 innings here just to save some arms. We'll see what happens. Jeremy, I'm with you on that. I do not think that all 3 AL West teams are going to make the playoffs. I really don't. Shoot. I really don't think all 3 AL West teams are going to make it in. That would be impressive. To have that happen, you would have to have, Swolger, you would have to have the Red Sox just totally crap the bed. Is that going to happen? I don't know. Maybe. But you would have to have the Red Sox basically completely soil the bed. And look, right now, the Yankees are beating the Red Sox. It's a possibility. That's the only way you're going to see something like that happen, though. The only way. Still holding on by my spider web line. There you go, buddy. Appreciate you hanging out. Look, y'all are looking good tonight, man. Astros are up. Looking good tonight. Blaine. Look, it's going to be an interesting final 13, 14 games here. It really is. It really is. It is going to be interesting. Mariners are on a 6-game winning streak right now. Astros and Mariners are tied right now for the AL West lead. Rangers 2 games back of both the wild card and the division. And in the wild card race, by the way, you've got the Red Sox up 4 games on the Rangers. Red Sox would really have to just go on something awful here to miss the playoffs. And the Yankees, Same. The Yankees are 6.5 games up on the Rangers right now. You would have to see something catastrophic happen with one of those two teams for there to be 3 AL Wests in the mix. We'll see what happens. Young got to get on another team. What's he done tonight? I know he had the RBI early on in the game as he struck out every time after that. He's 2 for 5 tonight. I mean, it's hard to argue. Little Amigos is getting better. It's getting better, Frankie. Got the New Era app. Download the New Era app. They'll give you a little discount. I really need, I keep saying this. This is off-season stuff. I've got to start getting better. I got to be able to send y'all some links. Seriously. Because, look, that's a real easy, small way y'all can help me out a little bit. Maybe get a little discount. I need to start getting my links set up. I really do. No reason why we need to let the big corporations take all the money. We got to redistribute that out a little bit. I got to get at least a couple pennies. A couple pennies. Seriously, we got to get these links going. The 4-line express. Look, Matt, thank you. Original, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Antonio, I know you came up with Frisco Express. I'm down with that, man. Give me something original. Get creative with it, man. I love it. Love it. We keep on rolling. We've got, by the way, Phil Maton pitching right now. Bottom of the 9th, 8-3 Rangers. Rangers have multiple guys with multi-hit. You got Hellman, 2 for 4. You got Josh Young, 2 for 5. Berger, 2 for 5. Smith, 2 for 4. Although Josh Smith, the second hit was a little cheap, not going to lie. I'm not trying to be a hater, but bro bunted up 5 runs. I mean, I don't know. I guess we'll give him the multi-hit. Jonah 0 for 3. 0 for 3. Little Rough Riders, there we go. I can go with that. Although Mike Hellman, I don't think ever played for AA. But Little Rough Riders, again, we're getting better. We're getting better. Cody, y'all better win tonight. Y'all better win tonight, Cody. That's all I'm going to say. Mariners are on a 6-game win streak. The pressure's on, though. Y'all better win tonight. Rangers making it tough on some of the teams up top. Should we start Higgy every day? Preferably. Preferably, yes. Houston playing the Mariners or the Rangers back-to-back series is wild. And a little unfortunate for them. Maybe it'll be really good for them. You know, we shouldn't say that. It might be a really good stretch of games where they just get to assert their dominance. But seriously, it could go really bad or really well for them, depending on the outcome. Maton pitching, I definitely feel like, they got to close these games out, right? I mean, I don't love Phil Maton throwing right now necessarily in a 5-run game. You'd love to be able to throw a lower leverage arm out there. I just think they really want to win these ball games. And you've got to win these games. You don't have games to lose anymore. You basically have to start coaching these games like it's a playoff game every time. Your margin for error is so thin. It's so thin. Cripple King, I think that's the reason, what I just said. I can't think of any other alternative. I just think at this point, they don't want to risk anything. There's really no other explanation for Phil Maton in the game right now. I just think Boch is not messing around. You do not want to have any kind of weird comeback. Just send Maton out there, slam the door. And you know what? He's on 9 pitches right now. I'll knock on wood. I do not want to be responsible. But if Phil Maton can have an efficient inning, no harm, no foul. No harm, no foul. Hopefully you can get him out of this quickly, and then you can have him available maybe on Sunday. Maybe you can even throw him tomorrow if you need to. Yeah, Jeremy, I think we all are a little worried about the old guys coming back, but I'll say this. Corey Seager's Corey Seager. I don't think your lineup is ever worse for having Corey Seager in it. I would be a little more worried about a guy, like Marcus Semien, but I think Semien and Seager are definites. They're going to be in the lineup if they're healthy. Adolis Garcia, Josh Smith, those are the guys that you potentially say, are they secure? I don't know. Rangers, I hope you're right, man. Rangers 1572, hope you're right, man. Thank you for the comments. Can the Angels figure it out, man? Like last night, they had so many chances to win that ball game against the Mariners. Can we get the Angels figuring it out? Marcus Colomb is on a rehab assignment right now. They sent him on a rehab stint, so he should be coming back soon. He might be coming back for the Astro series, but yes, he's in a rehab game. Thank you, Antonio. Rehab game in Frisco tonight. Yeah, Brian, exactly. We're playing playoff baseball at this point. Bro, thank you, man. Thank you so much. The Viking Hammer. Love it. Thank you. And the Rangers are going to take this win, baby. Hello, W. Hello, win column. Cue the I Like Texas music on the boombox. Whoever is there. Whatever Rangers fan is there. Get the boombox out. Cue the music. Rangers get a dub. Win deGrom Day. Win deGrom's return to Queens, to the Big Apple. deGrom, he dons the quality start. You love to see the Rangers get out to this kind of beginning. Interleague play, Rangers so far 4-0. They go for 5-0 tomorrow with Patrick Corbin on the mound. Bochy happy, giving the claps after the game. I think you got to give, obviously, game ball to Jacob deGrom here, but that offensive outburst in the first inning, big reason why the Rangers get this win. And it was the Frisco Express once again. You had Hellman, Osuna, Freeman leading the charge. Josh Young got into the mix a little bit. Shoot, he was in Round Rock a little bit this year. We'll give it to him. The Frisco Express strikes again. Love it. 6-0 is one hell of a cushion. It really is. That's an outstanding cushion for a guy that probably came in, if he's being real, deGrom probably comes in with a little bit of good nerves. I'm not saying he was intimidated or scared. Don't get it twisted. But deGrom probably comes in with some good anxiety tonight. And you get a 6-0 lead immediately as a pitcher. Instantly, it takes a little bit of the edge off. It just takes a lot of edge off immediately. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Rangers looking good right now, and they extend the winning streak to 5 games. 5 games in a row. And it's unfortunate, Seattle clearly going to be matching them a little bit. You got 6 wins in a row for Seattle. They're going for win number 7 in a row. It's unfortunate this win streak. We couldn't take a little bit better advantage. Really nothing we could do, but Seattle keeps winning. And that's all we can do right now. I really do feel like you keep winning ball games, it is going to work out. It will work out. Now we put on the metaphorical Angels hat. Go Angels, baby. Can we get a win tonight, please? The game got handed to you about 5 different times last night. Can we get a win tonight, please? Sheesh. Whew. Colomb pitched tonight. Dustin, appreciate this. Colomb went an inning, 1K on 12 pitches. Beautiful. Beautiful. Mick J, things I never thought I'd say out loud, but yes, go Angels. India, 100% the Cardinals could have won some games. Look, the Mariners tried to give away games so much this week and managed to win them all. I am going to keep wearing this hat. We are not taking this hat off until we get any kind of different result. This hat will continue to be worn until something other than a win happens. And you know what? It has been a great streak. Rangers have a great opportunity to keep things rolling. Kikuchi's on the mound tonight. Man, oh man. I don't know. Can we get a win? Please. 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 7 games. Yeah, 8 games over 500 now, John. You're right on that. You're right on that. Yeah, I mean, Swolger, I'm with you. I know a couple guys already talked about it. Dan kind of talked about it already. You just can't do a whole lot else, but it's going to work out. You keep on winning. It's going to work out. The vibes are high right now. The Mets, these games are important to the Mets. Like, you kind of forget about that, right? The Mets right now, coming into this game, held a 2-game lead in the wild card. They have the last wild card spot right now. And you look at it, and the Mets now only a 1.5-game lead on the Reds and on the Giants. The Mets need to win these games. You can only hope that the pressure is going to get to them a little bit this weekend, but the Mets need to win these games. It's not going to be an easy series. I know we're feeling great after tonight. The Mets need to win, man. The Giants are surging. They've won 7 of their last 10. I know they dropped the game last night. They are playing the Dodgers. It is a huge weekend of baseball for the Giants right now. Got a buddy at work who is a Giants fan. And I know I joked with him. I said, man, you're about to become the biggest Rangers fan you've ever been as we beat up on the Mets for you. Hopefully, fingers crossed. But the Giants have a huge series with the Dodgers. They are a 1.5 games out right now. If the Giants win 2 out of 3 and the Mets win 2 out of 3, you're in business. It is kind of interesting. This did not feel like two teams. Felt like one team desperate for winning. The Mets, I know they got a little shell-shocked in the first inning, and it's a long series. The Mets could come back and win the next 2. But just a little PSA, man. The Mets need to win ball games right now. They are clinging to that 3rd wild card spot. All right, keep rolling with comments. Y'all are doing great. Kikuchi with a 14 ERA in his last 3 games. McJay, why'd you have to hit me with that right now? Why'd you have to hit me with that? 9-5, Ethan. I think we can do 9-5. 9-5 over the last 14 games is very, very doable. Very doable. Yeah, Swolger, I wouldn't say I was thinking nail in the coffin, but what I did think was this is going to be a tough stretch. Brewers and Mets, this is going to be a tough stretch. And look, you already won 4 games. I think I did say, and I want to just drop this perspective here. I did say, could you go 4-2? I do think with the Mariners on the win streak, they are 5-1 feels a lot better. If you can win 2, if you can win 1 of the next 2, I think that's huge. I think if you drop the next 2, you got to see what the results are on the other side. But at this point, I think 5-1 works. Obviously, 6-0 is beautiful, cloud 9, but I think 5-1 is what you got to hope for if you're a Rangers fan right now. That's what you got to be okay with. Obviously, you're hoping for 6-0, but I think you got to be okay with 5-1 if you can just get 1 of the next 2. This is a good question, John. We've already kind of talked about it a little bit, but look, who do we take out? I think Josh Smith has got to be the first to go, and Adolis Garcia, I know he's not in the lineup yet, but I think those are the 2 vets you say, you guys are first on the list. You guys are first on the list, Adolis and Josh Smith. Maybe Josh Young. I think those are the 3 guys. I don't think you're going to see Seager or Simeon sit out. Hey, Jake, my guy, man. Thanks for hanging out. Hey, love that video you put out the other day, brother. A lot of truth. That's all I'm going to say right now. Hey, go give this guy a follow. Jacob Berger, man. He is freaking awesome. Love the content. Daily, sometimes multiple times in a day, man. Great follow. All y'all on TikTok, go follow this man. He's incredible. Great stuff. Well worth it. Hellman, you definitely are going to see stay in the lineup. I think Boch has really taken a liking to Hellman. I don't know how skeptical he still is of Freeman and, some of the other younger guys, Osuna, but I think he's really taken a liking to Hellman. I really do. Really do. I think he'll stay in the lineup for sure. I think it's Freeman and Osuna. You're going to have to see what happens with them. Freeman, obviously more so than Osuna, I think deserving of playing time right now. Osuna did well tonight. He had a nice hit in that first inning that kept the train moving, but I do think it's Hellman definitely going to stay. I think then it's Cody Freeman, and then it's Osuna. I think you're going to see Harris definitely be first on the chopping block in terms of getting sent down. There's a lot of interesting potential moves that are going to get made over the next week or so. Really is. Mets on a 7-game losing streak. Is it 7? I thought they were on a 4-game skid. Is it that bad? Mets, 7. You're right. You're right. I didn't think it was that bad. My goodness. Hard to be a Mets fan right now. Look, it can change quickly. It can change quickly. Jake, you just got home from Texas Live? Man, you're making me jealous right now. I would love to be at Texas Live chilling with all y'all. That would be awesome. Did you went to the game? Or were you just hanging at Texas Live? Either way, brother. Jealous. Truly. Meaningful September baseball is awesome, Craig. Thank you for the comment, man. Good to see you back. Look, last September was a little brutal. We were clearly out of the race. It was definitely nice hanging with all y'all. I'll say that. I loved hanging with all y'all. For all of my longtime listeners that have been hanging out for the past couple of years. Look, it was fun hanging with y'all. And I think we did our best to still put together a good show for you. Looking ahead, we were doing a lot of future-minded talk, right? Who is it going to be next year? Who potentially is going to step up and be a big piece in 25? We made the best of it, but I would much rather talk this kind of baseball in September. Much rather. 100%. Jake, long day, brother. Long day. Look, sometimes I got to say, you just whiff on one, and that's a big-time whiff on my part. Long day, brother. But that's cool you were at the game. Brian, I know, man. Look, early morning wake up, full day of work. Y'all got to give me a break. Y'all got to give me a break. I told you, I need to be at Texas Live right now, clearly. Enjoying a nice cold beverage. That's what I need right now. Appreciate the follow, man. Thank you so much. Thank you. Y'all are great. Y'all keep me honest. I need this from time to time. I really do. Oh, shoot. Y'all are great. Love y'all. All right. Let's wrap up this game, and then let's look forward to tomorrow's game. Seriously. This has been great. This win streak. I just cannot tell you how happy I am to be able to get on the lives after these games and enjoy wins. Yeah, there's nothing like it. Look, you guys know there's no fair weather in me at all. There's no fair weather. But it is just so much more enjoyable talking wins, talking good baseball with y'all. Right? Right? Brad, absolutely, man. Love this hat too. The old school tee. This hat is probably my favorite purchase that I've made in a long, long time. I will say that. Craig, you were at Monday and Tuesday games? Good. I'm glad the energy was up because I kind of felt like it had been down over the past few weeks. I'm glad to hear the energy was up. Like, I felt like we were winning games and the energy still wasn't where it needed to be. I'm glad to hear that we are winning some ball games. Jake, I'm with you, man. Like, there's nothing like when your team is playing ball in October. There is nothing like it. Nothing. I am going to be so thrilled if they find a way, y'all, to sneak in. Look, no analysis here, no rocket science, commentary, but just on a personal level, I just got to tell y'all, there's no more awesome, amazing feeling than getting to watch the Rangers play in October. And you guys, we've been through some rough years. I know we've been through some good years, 23, even 2010, 2011. I know they didn't work out the way we wanted to, but like there's just nothing like when your team is playing in October. Love it. October is one of the best months of the year in general. October baseball, you got football, college, and NFL. You got hockey, NBA starting up. October is probably my favorite month as a sports fan, and it's just so much better when the Rangers are involved in it. Look, you guys know I watch postseason baseball regardless. I love baseball. I'm not one of those fans. You know what? My team's not in it. I'm not watching the playoffs. I always watch the playoffs. I love baseball that much, and it almost pains me to not be able to watch it, even if it's not my team. And you know what? I catch on to a team. Usually it's an underdog team that hadn't won a whole lot. But I just love watching baseball in October, and it's just that much more special to me when it's my own team, when it's the Rangers. And that's all we need to say for right now. Can we get there, please? Come on, boys. Let's go. Let's go. Craig, I'm 100% with you. I would put out a reel on Little Rascals. I would put out a reel on it. I'd put out a TikTok on it. But I just don't want to be negative guy yelling about the nickname when we're winning. I don't want to do that. That's literally the only reason you have not seen me make a video on Little Rascals, because it's not my favorite name. I don't mean to burst anybody's bubble. I'm not going to get on a soapbox about it. I've already talked about it a little bit. It's just not my preference. I'm big on originality. I'm a content creator. Like, I try to be original. And Little Rascals to me is just a little bit microwave, if you will. It's just not original. It's not that chef's kiss, beautiful, feels right. I don't know. I can't explain it to you better than what I just did. It just feels like we threw something in the microwave. Come on, we can do better. Let me help out. I could sit there. I haven't really even thought about it too much, but I would love to have something different. I really would. Who are the Little Rascals? It's just like, Freeman and Hellman and Osuna and just all the young guys. Throw Dustin Harris in there, shoot. Like, it's just those guys. Antonio, you had a good point. I mean, Mike Hellman, how old is he? Mike Hellman, is he late 20s? I mean, I don't know. I'm not trying to, like I said, get off on this soapbox. Hellman's 1996. So, shoot, he's almost 30. Like, you know what that's what I mean. Like, you're throwing Mike Hellman into the Little Rascals nickname. Bro's like 30 years old. It's not a little rascal. Come on now. That's what I mean. And, like, on the broadcast, I think that y'all can tell me better than this because you guys know I don't listen to a whole lot of the broadcast. I watch the guys, and then I listen sometimes on the radio. I watch the games. But I don't listen to Raymond and all them. But when I did the other day, they were like trying to like assign individual names, like which rascal are they? I'm like, oh no, I do not want to do this right now. Do not start giving these guys comps to the Little Rascals. Please don't do it. We don't need to determine which one is Spanky and which one is, I don't even know what their names are. I don't even know. But I caught, like, which one is Spanky? I'm like, no, this is not it. This is not it. I'm sorry. Let's look up. Now I'm just curious, what are the different Little Rascals names? Alfalfa, Spanky, Froggy, Porky, Waldo. Buckwheat, Woim, Stymie. Come on. This is cornball stuff, man. We got to get more original. Look, I'm not trying to be a hater. That's why you haven't seen me make a video. I'm just not there for it. I'm not. When did Michael Hellman get good? I have no clue. Alfalfa, Bug, and Worm. That's what I mean. What we're gonna call Osuna Alfalfa? Like, come on now. What are we doing? Thank you, Slam to Jackson. Thank you. I like some of the other nicknames you guys have come up with. I like the JV Rangers better. I heard that one. Some of y'all threw out JV Rangers. Give me JV Rangers. I know that was like a thing, and like you could be a part of like the Little Rangers and played on the field outside of the old stadium. I get it. I like JV Rangers better than Little Rascals. I like Frisco Express better than Little Rascals. And look, there's a lot out there. Round Rock Rangers is better. Round Rock Rangers is better than Little Rascals. Seriously. Y'all are on it right now. Y'all are on it. I love it. All right. Y'all need to cook on this. We need to cook on this a little bit. And look, I can be the voice eventually. I will definitely try. I feel like the team, the PR, and RSN is just pushing the hell out of it, so I don't feel like it's really going to be able to be stopped. I mean, you got Rangers using it in posts at this point. It's probably not going to be stopped. I would love to be a voice on it, though. Seriously. The Round Rockers, hey, I'll take it. The call-ups, the replacements, shoot. It's still better than Little Rascals. Maybe replacements is a little bit microwavable, reused, but I still like the replacements better than Little Rascals. Round Rock Rough Riders, Frankie, that's a good one. That's a good one. Y'all are cooking better than they did. I'm just saying, y'all are cooking better than what RSN and the Rangers did. Whoever decided Little Rascals needed to consult all of us first. We would have said no. I don't know. All right. I don't want to be negative. We've already been negative enough. I'm sure somebody is going to give me crap at some point for being negative about Little Rascals. I don't want to go on and on and on and on and on about it, but y'all know how I feel. Granted, I'm sure it'll come up again on the show tomorrow at some point, so y'all might have to hear the same diatribe again, but it's all good. It really is. All right. We'll wrap up today's game. We'll wrap it up. Does Mally have enough time in the season to be a third? I think he does, Jeremy. I think you can get 2 Mally starts under his belt, and then you can throw him out there in a game 3. 100%. Scooble leaving the game. John, I did not see that, but I would be interested to see what the prognosis is going to be on that. That is a huge injury. Keep calling them Little Rascals if it means we keep winning games. Jeremy, fair point. That's probably the most fair point, and like I said, that's why you have not seen me come out making a video about it, because I do not want to be the guy that is negative when we are winning ball games. So I'm with you. I am with you. Sandlot boys, hey, look, better than Rascals as well, Francisco. I'll give it to you. Let me see, what else did I miss? Or at least some guys. Oh, I see what you're talking about with this comment, Slam to Jackson. Yeah, there's going to be some guys that go down. I think Dustin Harris is going to go down. Look, Dylan Moore hitting the homer today. I wonder about Rowdy. Let's see what Rowdy has done over his last little bit here. Feels like Rowdy has been slumping, man. 063. Rowdy might be the guy, y'all. Rowdy might get the DFA. Rowdy is 6 for his last 36. He's 1 for his last 16. I hate to say it. He might be the guy. He really might. Hey, Jackson, nice try, by the way. Y'all better just worry about the Angels right now, brother. Y'all better worry about those Angels. Sean, I appreciate that. This is like the 7th comment that I got on this. This hat is freaking awesome. I don't mind talking about this every single time y'all bring it up. This hat is freaking awesome. And all y'all on YouTube, I'll bend down a little bit here so y'all can see. This hat's freaking awesome. I love it. Jackson, I'm just messing with you, buddy. I'm just messing with you. Hope Hellman stays in the lineup? Absolutely. Do I think UGA will upset Tennessee tomorrow? That's going to be a good game, isn't it? There's some good college games on tomorrow. Look, I got to be real with y'all. You guys know I'm Longhorns, tried and true, but it is tough when they're playing these cupcakes. Like, I watch the games because obviously I cover the team, but there's just not a lot of juice, right? When you're playing UTEP, there's not a ton of juice. It's hard when you start off with Ohio State and then you got to go and play San Jose State and UTEP back-to-back. I'm going to go good. Thank you. I was actually wondering if that game was going to be on. I will definitely have that one in the background. Antonio, it's how it goes with so many people, though. It's how it goes with so many. You know, brother. When teams are, when we're losing, that's when all the haters show up. All the Stros fans show up when we drop a game. That's why you haven't seen a ton of Stros fans besides the ones that I absolutely respect. JR, if you're still hanging out, talking about you, brother. Like, there are some Stros fans that I respect. They come, they show up, and even when they lose, they come and talk ball, and I appreciate them. There's a lot, though, that are just trolling that show up only after we drop a game. Like, look, we might drop a game in this Mets series. I guarantee you people will show up and just troll, even though we've won, like, however many of our last 10. Let's see what it's at. Rangers have won, is it 8 of the last 10? Something special. They've won 7 of their last 10. You're still going to get haters. Haggerty, I think, is kind of in a weird in-between right now. I think they were talking about like things got to go well or they might shut him down for the rest of the year. Watched the Mets broadcast and they said Tellez has the rags granny and called Young Burger. Yeah, that doesn't shock me. Mets guys are a little unhinged sometimes, though. They really are. Hey, those Mets broadcasters are a little unhinged at times. This is most certainly true. Haggerty, it does feel like has been gone too long. Like, at this point, do you really want to fire up Haggerty and throw him back in with everybody else already playing well? I would say probably not. I'm going to tune into the game for sure. I'll definitely tune in. But, look, I don't get my hopes up with the Angels. If it was a different team, I'm not going to get my hopes up with the Angels. I'm really not. 2-8 in the last 10. Rangers scored more runs for deGrom in the first inning than the Mets did in his 237 starts in New York. Dan Zoe with the gold comment of the night. The Rangers scored more for deGrom than the Mets did in his 237 starts in New York, baby. Woo! Bringing the fire. Getting spicy, brother. Hey, that is true. The Mets routinely scored 0 and or 1 run for deGrom in most of his starts. That's what it felt like, at least. Grayson, what's good, man? This division has been so good last couple of months. We got to keep pushing. Yes, we do. Oh, Haggerty's in Frisco, Antonio? Thank you. It has been a hellish week at work. Look, nothing bad, just busy. And I just feel like I've been a little out of touch with some of the transactions. I did hear about Coulomb. I heard about Malley, but I did not hear that Haggerty was down there. 0 for 4 with 1K. I don't know if you really want to push it with Haggerty. I really don't. At least we didn't have to listen to Smoltz on Fox. Big text from the top rope. Look, I'm not a big Smoltz fan. It's funny because I really was. I felt like a Smoltz fan. I enjoyed hearing him call the games, but that 23 season just changed it for me, man. Just giving no love to the Rangers throughout that postseason. It just bothered me. I can't say I listen to Smoltzy's games the same anymore. I really don't. Are we the Seattle Rangers now? Maybe. Shoot, Dylan Moore going deep. Sean Armstrong pitched for the Mariners. We got Rowdy. We got Swaggerty. A little bit of everything. Making me want Joe Buck back to Fox. Jeez. Look, I do listen to Buck occasionally. Talk about another guy. It was actually because of the video I made in the montage that MLB made for Jacob deGrom going back to Queens. In one of the highlights, Buck was on there. And I was just like, Buck has had some good moments, but I was like, Buck would get a little wild sometimes with some of his commentary too. Talking about unhinged, Joe Buck would get unhinged at times, I feel like, calling some of those games. I feel like Tim McCarver rubbed off on him a little bit. McCarver was wild calling the World Series games. I feel like he rubbed off on Joe Buck a little bit. Bruce Bochy wins the World Series every other year. He'll face the Padres in October and whoop them. That would be crazy. Smoltz, did he say unfortunately? I'm going to have to go back now. What homer was that, Slam to Jackson? What homer was that? Brian, makes you wonder where we'd be if the Rascals came up earlier in the year. Seriously. If you would have inserted Hellman, Freeman, all these guys earlier, I mean, you had Freeman up. What would have happened? Can we get a 4 for 4 with the Dallas Sports? Cowboys, Rangers, Longhorns? I would love to see that. Would love to see that, for real. Slam to Jackson, send it in the Discord. Send it in the Discord. That would be phenomenal. What do I think about deGrom? Bro didn't have the best stuff tonight, but he got enough run support and he pitched well enough to win. Didn't get a lot of swing and miss tonight, but you know what? Went 7 strong. That's huge for deGrom. He's been 5 innings, 6 innings. To go 7 strong and get the quality start, get the win, and you return to New York, it's huge. And look, he had the nerves coming into this one. He did. He absolutely did. Good nerves, but nerves nonetheless. Going back to a place where you started your career, where the greatness was forged, he had to be coming in with some butterflies, some good anxiety. And when you get 6 runs right off the bat, it just changes the way you pitch. And look, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised deGrom gets that 6-run lead. He's probably pitching a little more to contact. So I don't know if I'm even worried about the low strikeouts. I think if deGrom has less of a lead, he's probably pitching a little bit differently. When deGrom gets the 6 runs, I think you see him start pitching a little bit more to contact there. Jamie, appreciate the gifts, man. You're awesome, brother. Thank you so much. Hellman had been up once, but all I remember was his stealing home moment. Yeah, he was. Both Freeman and Hellman were up before, and then they got sent down. Then Hellman kept mashing in AAA, and they decided, yeah, we better bring this guy back up. We better bring him back up. I wonder what is going to happen with Swaggerty. Is Swaggerty, I mean, look, they're on a rehab assignment with him. They're thinking about bringing him back up, but I don't know. Chris, define fake Cowboys fans, brother. Define fake Cowboys fans. We gotta get specific here. All right, Corbin better be on the game tomorrow. Dan, I'm a little worried about Corbin. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I'm a little worried because we know that Patrick Corbin is much better at home than he is on the road. But you just hope the veteran presence, you hope the years of experience, you just hope the dog in him shows up tomorrow, knowing how important these games are. He's been in these big moments before. Clearly, bro went on the road in 2019 in Game 7 and did phenomenally in Houston, helped them win, helped the Nationals beat Houston in the World Series. You hope that some of that energy comes back out. You really do. I think that they have a chance just with the momentum alone that they built up over the past however many games. But Patrick Corbin, absolutely a guy that has been a little bit of a 50-50 coin flip on the road. You just hope that he can bring the same energy that he brought at home in his last start on the road to Queens. Keep rolling. Who you taking out with Seager, Simeon, and Garcia? It's going to be Harris. I think they think about Rowdy, potentially DFA for Rowdy. And Swaggerty? Do you think about maybe Swaggerty? I just don't know, y'all. Do you leave Swaggerty down? Maybe Swags picks up with another team? I don't know. Do you really need Swaggerty? I mean, do you want Swaggerty over Osuna? I don't know. These are legitimate questions I think we've got to ask ourselves. Do you want Swaggerty over Osuna? I'm not sure. I worry about inserting a guy like Swaggerty who I like a lot, but I don't know if it's worth ruining what you got right now. Frankie, I'm with you. Kikuchi better be dealing. Jamie, yes. Patrick Corbin, baby. He better be carving tomorrow. Better be carving. We need it. We need it. I think you got to go 1-1 over the next 2 days. Got to go 1-1. All right, we keep rolling. Yeah, I'm with y'all. Chris, you think 12 games for the Cowboys? I appreciate the optimism, brother. Look, I just try and be real. I'm not here to just be the hype man for all these teams. You guys know I hype it up quite a bit on the show. I love bringing light to guys that are doing well, but you just can't always win. You're never going to win over everybody. Y'all know some of y'all probably saw the Hellman Freeman video that I put out. Somebody on TikTok was like, dude, you don't need to highlight individual players. They're all playing well right now. Why are you like highlighting individuals? Like, you can't win. I'm trying to hype up Hellman and Freeman in, I think, one of the reels I put out yesterday. And I still got people coming into the comment section saying, bro, stop hyping up individuals. It's a team effort, bro. Okay. Like, you just can't win with everybody. You really can't. I mean, look, I love all Rangers fans. You guys know I take it on the chin pretty well. I got some pretty thick skin, having done this the last few seasons. Not really a lot bothers me. And anybody getting nasty personal, I just block anyways. But I've just learned you just can't win over everybody. You really can't. Like, it's pointless. Antonio, I'm with you. But you and I both love Osuna. You and I both love Osuna, bro. We're probably a little biased, but I'd probably take Osuna over Swags at this point. Corbin numbers against the Mets and on the road are not great. Dan, I think this is a game where you just got to go into it feeling good about the vibes, not necessarily great about the numbers. We're going to look at the numbers. We're going to look at the numbers in a second here, but yeah, I think this is a game with Corbs. You say the experience, the vibes, the momentum, we're going to feel good about Patrick Corbin pitching tomorrow because of all that, not necessarily because of the cold, hard truth that's on the stats page. Right now, I agree. I'm like, you know what? Baseball is obviously a team sport, but it's definitely an individual sport as well. You're mano-a-mano with the pitcher. I mean, at some point, you got to win the individual battles. So I love highlighting guys that deserve to be highlighted. We need to bring more attention to some of these guys that are playing well, that don't get a lot of national media hype. Somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to do it. Keep going. Bochy knows what to do in the postseason. Absolutely. Noah, appreciate the follow. Thank you so much. Kikuchi off to a good start. That's what's up. What's the Rangers' odds? Like, are you asking, Nathaniel, are you asking to win the World Series? What are the odds? Let me look it up. I'm kind of curious right now. What are the World Series odds? Let's see. MLB Future, updated as of today maybe, but not necessarily updated after the results from today maybe. Texas Rangers are 35-1 right now to win the World Series. 35-1. So, look, they were worse than that at different points. They were 50-1. I think I saw a 75-1 at one point when they were like 11 or 12 games out. They have had some pretty bad numbers, but this is probably one of the higher numbers I've seen. Rangers 35-1. Look, you put $30 down to win 1,000. Might be worth it. You put about $30 down, you win a G if they go all the way. I'm just saying. Hellman should get Player of the Week at some point, man. You wonder if he's going to, honestly. You really wonder if he's going to. Yeah. Look, if you got the money, look, I don't throw money out on futures bets lightly, but at some point, if you got it, sure. That'd be a nice little payday. $3,500 later. Hello. Let's see. Is Corbin starting tomorrow? Yes, he is. He'll have all of Philly behind him. There we go. Yes, sir. Patrick Corbin is on the bump tomorrow. I do think Cowboys win definitely against the Giants this week. I don't see a loss there. I mean, look, you got to play the game, but I don't see an L there at all. Yeah, look, Antonio, I'm not putting too much stock in how he pitched against the Mets. I'll put more stock in how he's pitched on the road this year, which isn't great. It's not great. By the way, putting a bow on today's game, we already talked about some of the multi-hits. Cody Freeman had a big knock as well. We already mentioned that a little bit. Rangers were 4 for 14 with runners in scoring position. Look, this game could have been worse. They left 8 guys on base. You had Garcia, you had Maton closing this one out. Rangers allow 3 runs only. Look, you go over the last several games, the Rangers have done an outstanding job with the pitching, but that's just usual, man. That's just standard stock right now. The Rangers pitching has been incredible over the last week. Going into the matchup tomorrow, though, let's take a peek. Let's see what we got going on, and then we are going to hop off the show. So for tomorrow's game, Patrick Corbin, or Patrick Corbin, as I like to call him, on the bump for Texas. And on the other side, Mets are going to be starting. Is it McLean? Or is he starting on Sunday? Let's see. Computer's taking a second to load up here. Sproat's pitching tomorrow. Maybe McLean on Sunday? Okay, we'll see what happens. But Patrick Corbin against the Mets. Alonso, 347 average and 49 ABs. 5 bombs. So Alonso might be a guy to look out for tomorrow. Shoot. Alvarez, the catcher, 2 for 5 with a home run. Beatty, 1 for 2. Lindor, 295 average, 3 bombs. Marte, 310 career average. A lot of these guys have a lot of ABs off Corbin from his time with the Nationals. Mauricio, 0 for 2. McNeil, 270 average, 37 career ABs. Mullins, 3 for 10. Nimmo, 279 average in 43 career ABs. Siri, 1 for 6. Soto, 0 for 7. Juan Soto, 0 for 7 in his career against Patrick Corbin. Former teammates there. Vientos, 4 for 8. A lot of guys hit Patrick Corbin pretty well. Like I said, we're going off momentum. We're going off vibes. And that's about it because these numbers are not super, super ideal. Do we stick with the Rascals or bring the starters back when they're ready? I think you do a hybrid. I think it's a little bit Rascals, a little bit starters back. Corey Seager's got to be back in the lineup. There's no way that you don't play Corey Seager. I think Marcus Semien is another guy. There's no way I think they sit Marcus Semien regardless of how well the Rascals are playing. It is going to be really, really interesting, y'all. I am very, very curious. Very curious. Rangers are now playing at the level everyone thought they were going to be playing in April. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. Dude, you were on fire tonight. This is a great comment. Absolutely. And we've said this before in so many words, but yeah, you start out well. What does it matter if you tank it in September? Rangers has them at plus at 40-1. So look, that was ESPN 35-1, 40-1. We'll see what it's at after tonight. It's going to change pretty rapidly depending on all the results in the West and in the wild card. Sometimes it just happens. You leave men in base, but win. That's all that matters right now. Absolutely. Absolutely. Appreciate all you guys. Hey, email. Good to see you again. Thank you for the gift. Tomorrow's game, by the way, it is a 3:10 Texas time start, 1:10 out here. We're going to do a double show tomorrow. We're going to do Rangers and Longhorns at the same time. That'll be the plan. So we will be maybe live around 5 o'clock or so. If you want to come back and hang out, we're going to talk Rangers primarily. We'll talk a little bit of Texas Longhorns as well. Both of those teams, by the way, Rangers and Longhorns play at the same time. So we're going to have a little split screen action going on. It's going to be great. I'm sure Texas will take care of business tomorrow against UTEP. So we'll go over some of the highlights from that game, but we'll have a primarily Rangers-focused show tomorrow. I want to say a special thank you to everybody that's given a gift today on TikTok, on YouTube as well. We had a couple people give gifts. Thank you so much. That support means a lot. Look, we don't take any support for granted, but thank you to those people that took their support to the next level. And hey, look, if you want to go even a step further, I do have a $2.99 a month subscription. Gets you access to our exclusive Ride on Rangers Discord channel. And it's just a way that you can support me on kind of a monthly routine level. And I greatly appreciate you considering it. The Discord has been outstanding. It's a great community of people. I would love to have your voice in it. It's really the one thing we monetized on the show. If you're on TikTok, you tap on that subscribe button right next to the chat. We'll get you into the Discord right after the show is over. Would love to have you. Thank you for considering it. And look, if you are on YouTube or if you're on X, I'm going to drop the link for you right now. And again, look, if it's not for you, no hard feelings. Absolutely no hard feelings. Keep doing what you're doing, supporting the show in the way that you see fit. But again, you want to take your support to the next level, consider that sub, man. I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. Thank you. All right. So with that being said, Daniel, by the way, thank you for the gifts, man. Thank you so much. Means a lot. We are going to go ahead and we are going to head out for the evening. We've been going, an hour and 13 minutes? That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I do think Longhorns get another blowout win. Yeah, Dan, this is what we were talking about. This is what we were talking about earlier. You know, you got the Giants and the Reds breathing down the Mets' throat. You wonder if the Mets are going to clench up a little bit this weekend. It's a crazy game. You got to play the game. You can't assume anything, but you just wonder, Mets are on a little skid. Is the pressure getting to them a little bit? Is it getting to them a little bit? Jonah Tong did not have a good outing. And look, Tong is one of the, I think, better pitching prospects in the game. I think he was top 50 for sure. I mean, look, he's not Paul Skeens level, obviously, but I thought Tong was going to be a little better tonight. Bro got ripped. Phew. Brian, night, man. Have a good night. Best case scenario moving forward is playoffs and You win a World Series. I think that's the best case scenario, brother. Who do we cheer for? You cheer, obviously, for whatever team has a lesser lead, right? Whichever team we're closer to, you cheer against them. If they're even, you cheer against the Astros. And then after that, I mean, look, if the Mariners are closer, you got to cheer for the Astros. It sucks. But I think you've got to cheer for whatever team has the bigger lead. You want them to extend that lead out and beat up on, if like, for example, if the Mariners are ahead, you want the Mariners beating up on the Astros. If the Astros are further ahead, you want them beating up on the Mariners. Whatever team is closer, that's who you cheer against. That's what I'm doing, at least. I'm not overthinking it. Whatever team is closer to us, you cheer against that team. Rangers plus 2,500, 25-1 to win the division. That is tempting, and there's a very good chance that they can pull it off. 25-1 to win the division? You might have to do that on principle, my guy. Seriously, I might have to do that on principle. The Husk, I would love for that to happen. Would love for that to happen. Look, can both my first thought, honestly, our Cruz, when you said that, my first thought was, can both teams lose? Like, please. Can both teams lose? Brown, though, seriously, 25-1, if that is real, and I'm not saying you're a liar, so don't get it twisted, brother, but if that's real, I feel like on principle, you got to throw a 20 on it. Like, on principle. I mean, look, you could go 40 to get to that $1,000 payoff, but on principle, you got to at least throw a 20 and get you a nice 500 payday. Like, they're too close to be 25-1. I really do feel that way. They are too close to be 25-1 to win the division. Now, of course, this is not advice. This is not financial advice. Let me give all the disclaimers. This is not financial advice. Do not bet if you don't have the means to do so, blah, 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 blah. But that's a pretty good price. It's a pretty good price. All right, y'all. Love y'all. Thank you for the support of the show. Appreciate all you guys. We're going to head off for the night. Go get some dinner. Go hang out with the fam. Great win. Rangers are going to be going for another one tomorrow, man. Can we make it 6 straight dubs and win another series? I love it when you win this first game, man. It's just everything feels in front of you for the rest of the series. It's beautiful. And now we become Angels fans and we cheer on the Angels against the Mariners. Let's go. What's that game doing right now before we take off? What is that game doing right now? Let's check it. Is it 0-0? Does somebody have a lead? 0-0 going into the top of the third. Let's go, Fighting Mike Trouts. Get the job done for us. Win a ball game, please. Y'all had the game last night and choked. Can we get a win from the Angels tonight? Please. And on that note, we end the show. Hope y'all have a great rest of your Friday night. Again, thank you so much for all the ways you support the channel. Maybe a video out, maybe not tomorrow. I don't know. It's a busy day for us. We got a game to coach ourselves. Football season is in full effect. And then after that, we will probably relax a little bit and then get ready for the Longhorns and the Rangers tomorrow. It's going to be a fun day. Hope y'all will join us once again. Have a great Friday night. And as I always say, to end every show, it's been a long day. God bless and go Rangers.